have reached the word where we're in the process of relocating at the sound of...
Fuck. Maybe next time. Goddamn motherfuckers. I had something nice planned for y'all too. I had something real nice planned, but they don't pick up the fucking phone. So, and it's early, so that might be what it is. So, anyway, I don't have a video today. I was going to call a local Christian bookstore and tell them my name is G-Man. That's some very choice words for someone named Dragnut. Anyway, so I keep hearing that our favorite Jersey retard doesn't need an actual job when you actually have to clock in and track your time and maintain standards. That running a marathon is literally his job. I've never heard of a marathon running job, except in one exception. There is actually, there's actually a guy that he did not serve in the military, but he was employed in some fashion by the Department of Defense to run marathons. Now, I know that sounds strange, and I had the same kind of question too. I would always see this guy. He got up with us for PT, and it was a little guy, but he would be running literally around the entire base because I would see him everywhere. And I finally had asked one of my first line supervisors, and I said, who is, hey, sorry, who is that guy? Like, I see him everywhere. What unit is he in? He said, oh, no, he's not actually in the military, because he kind of laughed. He said, no, he works for the Army, but he's not in the Army. And I'm like, what? So yeah, evidently he runs in events and he represents the Army, but he's not an actual soldier or anything. It's like, okay, that's an interesting job. I guess his PT score must be really good. So that's literally the only time that I've ever heard of that. So I said, well, I know that even to be a Department of Defense employee, there's certain standards you must maintain. You don't have to. It's let's say you kind of have to have some valid form of ID, and since this guy doesn't have a driver's license because of identity theft or some shit like that, he is precluded from having a vehicle. So that automatically rules out G-Man. Plus the age, plus he's a shit runner, plus everything else is wrong with him. So I said, fine. So in the civilian capacity, in his local area, there must be somewhere a job for running marathons. So I said, why not, folks? If you don't recognize this page right here, this is LinkedIn's homepage. I've literally never seen it because it goes directly to my page. So I said, why not? Let me look up in good old Jersey City marathon running jobs. Let me see what I can find, because something tells me that marathon running ain't a thing. But we never know. Let's find out. So let's click on this. Oh, we have an expediter, runner, busser, barback for, what is this, Hornblower Cruises and Events. Let's see, job requirements, stock all necessary stations, ability to present a clean and well-organized floor. That don't happen. Ability to organize plates and utensils on tables. I don't think I've ever seen him properly use utensils. I saw him attempt to, but he couldn't figure out which hand to put the knife, and I was like, just stop it. Just bite it. You goddamn animal. Ability to multitask. Nope. Ability to reset all dirty tables within a timely manner of guest departure. So this would require him to interact with actual people, and we've seen his customer service skills. And this is not so much running marathons. This is just kind of just moving quickly in a closed area, and that's not something he's pretty good at. So let's see. Runner, Rouse, coffee. This sounds very similar. Let's see. Transport food. No, he'll eat it. Polish all stainless counter and surfaces. He might be able to do that. Constantly sweep all floors. This doesn't sound like a marathon. I don't know. Getting kind of iffy here. Oh, here's runner. This one just says runner. Cafe.
I think he'd be pretty good at polishing knobs.
I
Just
think
saying.
you think he'd be good at polishing knobs? Yeah, you know what? You know what? I'll bite. G-Man's probably really good at polishing knobs. G-Man, I believe in you. I really believe in you. I'm pretty sure True and Veckel can co-sign that. But I'm just gonna throw their names out because I have faith in you. I have faith. Here's Runner at the Mill. I don't know what. Oh, and this is in New York though. They need a highly motivated runner. Awesome. Look at that shit. Wait. Hold on. This is lifting boxes. Must be able to remain in a stationary position 75%. Hold on for a sec. You said runner, and now you got to stay stationary for 3/4 of the time. That's not going to work for G-Man. I'm not seeing marathon runner on here anywhere. Maybe LinkedIn is the wrong place. Let's try monster.com. Let's try Monster because I got up a couple of these. I don't know who this guy is. He might be just a good looking guy. A really good looking guy. I have beard envy right now because this is look how well maintained it is. This is a little widow's peak up there. Handsome motherfucker. Oh, don't worry, Positively Godless. I have Indeed. I have Indeed up. Jarek, just remember that any job will require good hygiene. You would not be able to. Exactly. Don't ask him to clean, you monsters. All right, let's find job. Let's do it, folks. Let's do it. What is this? Part-time retail sales consultant at a men's warehouse? No, that's not a marathon. Transaction advisory senior at Markham Search? No. Client relations? No, this is not marathon. What? I'm getting a bit discouraged, folks. I'm getting just slightly discouraged here. Restaurant manager at Red Robin? No, that has nothing to do with running marathons. Retail sales? No. Jose Bank? No. What the fuck is this? A K-5 elementary homework tutor? Now look. I know I said marathon runner. I didn't say miracle worker. Okay, this is the Sylvan. No, he needs to be at the Sylvan Learning Center, not being an instructor there. Jesus, what is this? RN cardiac cath lab? No. Senior developer engineer. I don't know what to say, folks. I'm not seeing. I typed in. Did I spell it right? Yeah, marathon runner. I put in New Jersey. I'm not seeing it. So let me try Indeed. Because I think Positively Godless said that. So we're on Indeed. So I've already gone through two, search engines for jobs, and I've not found marathon runner. So maybe I'm using the wrong terms. I'm starting to think that maybe the job that I saw was something exclusive to people who are actually skilled at running. I'm just going to throw that out there because I know the job exists. I do know that. The guy, I don't know what this fucking guy's name is. I never, he would run past my house every other day actually on his route. And part of me just kind of wanted to ask him a question about what he did, but I kind of felt like a dick because he's in the middle of running and he's actually pretty good at it. And so me stopping to ask him questions is interrupting him being good at what he does. So I never did. A part of me kind of regretted it because he can stop and have a fucking conversation and indulge me. But I saw that he ran a lot. When I mean a lot, he would be up before I would make it to PT and be running. I saw him while I was going to lunch running. And then I went to the fucking gym after work. His ass would be in there running. So the guy did a lot. He actually fucking ran. He wasn't a scrub. He wasn't a bum. He lived on base right along with the rest of us. And so the military paid him to be good at what he does. And kudos to him. So let me check Indeed. Let's see. Let me alt tab. All right, let's try and find it. I'm starting to think that if you're really good at some of these events, people will scout you or something like that. Maybe retail associate, retail manager. It's the name Super Runner Shop. That's what I see. Meet and greet physician assistants. Fuck yeah, that could be not Central Sterile Technician 1. No, well, see, we have an issue here. The word sterile, that's not gonna work for him. Here we go, the Super Runner Shop. Man, that's it. That's nope. So I don't know. I just maybe G-Man can help us out and show us where exactly this marathon running job is at, because I know that other guy got paid. He wouldn't be on base if he wasn't getting paid, and in Barstow of all places. But G-Man is completely dependent on people on the internet for his survival. Hell, just look at what he was going through with Shanny, and then now. So I'm not saying that he's a bum ass scrub with no actual job prospects or anything like that. But if you draw that conclusion, if you're a real fan of mine, you'll honestly draw that conclusion without me overtly saying it. So I don't know, folks. I don't know. But he keeps telling people that I'm lying, but he never really mentions what the lie is. And I'm openly speculating about what the fuck's going on here, because other than that one guy, I'm just going to call him Running Man, the running man on base, I don't know anyone else who's actually had that job. But based on where is it? Based on some information we got. Oh, no, I took it down. Those run times, because I'm not a runner. I don't know what that stuff is. I'm not a long distance runner. I'm a sprinter. I sprint. Explosion. That stuff. Those running times seem kind of crazy. But then Doc Savage was looking at those times, because he used to be pretty active. And so I look at the winning times, prize money for the London Marathon. Now, I would look that up right now, but anytime I open a search menu, Pornhub and X videos comes up. So I'm going to avoid that right now. Doc Savage said, after he looked up G-Man's times and compared it, age adjusted and all that good stuff. Here it is. All right. So that last marathon that he ran, the one that he kept bragging about, and I said this last night, but for some of y'all who did not catch it, 78% of folks in the 40 to 49 age range beat him. Think about that for a second. 50% of men age 65 years and older beat him. Think about that. Think about that, folks. For his age group, he got beat by men 65 years old. My stepdad is in that age range, and he's a decrepit Vietnam vet. He couldn't run to the bathroom to save his own ass, literally. But this is what he banks. This is what he puts his money on. This is the hill that he dies on about the shit that he's good at in life. What? That's what I don't get. If you are going to brag about something, be good at it. He's not even trash at it. He's ass. You are ass at running, G-Man. Ass. The difference between you and I is that I know that I'm ass, and I'm not going to make an excuse for it. Just saying. The people who are good at this shit are getting paid for it. Running Man, that I witnessed, dusted the shit out of our best runners. Now, when I say our best runners, my troop alone had like 1,100 dudes. This one guy beat our fastest guy. The 18, 19-year-old kid, I think in second squad, ran 6-minute flat miles. Like, that kid was fucking fast and dusted the rest of us. This dude beat that kid. This guy had to have been in his mid to late 40s. Easily. Mid to late 40s. But he had talent. So the military hired him to compete in events. When you are ass at something, no one's going to hire you. But then you can't turn around when you're ass and then say that, oh, this is what I do. Well, you know what? I'm ass at skeet shooting. That's not my thing. But I wouldn't then go and tell people, you challenged me. Could you do that? You know what? Kudos to you, though. Kudos for finishing it. Absolutely. But when you're getting beat by women in jogging strollers, kudos to those women. We know the wind resistance from their vaginas slow them down. That's going to be my new thing, by the way.
But Drag, you know those women with the jogging strollers, they only ever run on Mondays.
Every other Monday, and when Starbucks isn't open.
Right.
Have you ever tried to run with a jogging? I did actually.
Entire training.
Running to and from Starbucks.
On Mondays.
On Mondays, under clear skies, and when what is it? When pumpkin spice is in season. Can't forget pumpkin spice.
Then you go on Tuesdays too. On Mondays and Wednesdays.
Mondays and there we go. Mondays and Wednesdays. Yeah, he got a
pumpkin spice season.
Yeah, you get a medal for competing. That's the thing. I have medals for doing events in the Army. I threw them in the fucking garage with the rest of the bullshit that I have out there, like my
duck sauce?
Huh?
With all the duck sauce?
With all the duck sauce. Yes, they're out there. If you know the story of the duck sauce, you know that's funny. Like I have medals out there for competing in events for the Army, but they're out there in boxes because along with the JROTC plaque that I have, it actually means very little when everybody else got that. I'm just saying. They're like,
Are you saying that I shouldn't be proud of that stack of certificates that I've earned over the time that I've been with the military?
You should fucking put it in the same box that I have, and you go, oh man, my cyber awareness training, man, I'm so happy I got this shit.
Well, that's exactly it. Just like it's the certificate you gotta do like cyber awareness training. You gotta put your first aid up there. You gotta get what was the one we had to do, like the departmental ammunition, whatever. Like there's just like all these online courses you have to do constantly, and they just every single time they're done, it just like especially the online ones, they give you the option. It's like, oh, do you want to print out your certificates? I'm like, you're goddamn right, I do. And then I go and I make my boss hand it to me and do like the little handoff thing and have somebody take a picture.
It's sad that the Canadian military has to do that too.
Oh, everybody's got to do it. But you know what you're saying too, like with the guy that's technically in the military, but all he does is run. Yeah, we got that as well. But it's like with any sports, like you can go out and you can actually try out for one of the base teams or the national team, and so if you get picked to represent the Canadian military in beach volleyball or something, I don't know, that becomes your job for like the next year at least, like while you're touring for that stuff, and then you try out for the team again. And there are people that do like several years, as employed by the military, but out of trade essentially as an athlete, as a trained athlete.
Right, and actually Fabio ended up finding a job for G-Man, and I shit you not, look at this shit, run coach, a Lifetime Fitness for the Boston Marathon. Look at that shit. Good job, Fabio, the Italian search engine. As a run coach, you will utilize science-based... Oh, shit. Fabio, look. I read the first fucking sentence, man. You know how he feels about science. You know that, man. Come on. Science-based...
Drag, he does come pre-qualified. He does have a megaphone.
Yeah, I know. Like, that's... The megaphone is a bonus, but it's the whole science thing is going to fuck him all up. Like, he doesn't do science. He can't spell it, much less pronounce it. So that's going to be an issue. But we'll look past that for right now. We'll look past that. So we have science-based methods to help runners of all abilities reach their short-term and long-term fitness and that's a clunky sentence, and performance goals in a fun, motivating, and social environment. Our coaches also incorporate supplemental training and education. Oh shit. I see a lot of problems with how this is written. Too many multisyllabic words. Sentences are too long. He can't pronounce half the fucking words in it. and you're asking him to do fucking science. That there's way too much going on here. It's all over the place. It's all over the place. So there's no bonobas in it either. That's right.
Hey, listen, I'm a job searcher, not a miracle worker, okay? I mean, that's the best I can do. I know, but hey, you got to work with the cock you get, right?
That's right. That is right. I appreciate your efforts. Thank you. So
You're welcome.
In drag, I know what G-Man could do. See, when he trains you to run, you run, he's after you, and then when you realize you beat him, you realize you don't suck as much as he does.
Hey, that's motivation. Run faster than G-Man and don't
right
suck.
there.
Yeah.
The only thing is, he's not holding back and letting you win.
No,
He's
he's trying. He's actually trying. That's the sad part. So actually they have some categories here. So coaches will have the opportunity to provide some or all of the products below depending on the qualifications and locations. So it says our run group training for events at distances from 5K to the marathon. Run plan, customized training plan with an introductory coaching consultation. Run coach, one-on-one coaching for any distance, including customized training plan and client-centered education. So,
where's that job located?
Huh?
Where's the job located?
Boston.
Oh, okay, because you said 5K, and I'm like, oh, hold on a second.
Yeah, it's a Boston Marathon. Yeah.
It's good to see that you guys are actually embracing a proper system of measurement. That's good.
That's
the superior
slowly.
system of measurement. You mean
The superior with the rest of the world. That you know what, we're getting there. It's okay, we're getting there. So I have a problem
one day
with this.
Trump will make America great again and finally embrace metric.
Fuck you.
Like the rest of the world
Fuck
does.
you. No, fuck you. No, so here I know this is going to come to a huge shock. I had a conversation with Scientist Sam on the phone, and so he and I kind of had a mini watershed moment where, as much as this guy talks about, and I want to see there's like 60 of y'all watching, okay? Between the both of us, there's something that was missing out of G-Man's narrative that none of us could remember. Because I think I'd reached out to one other person. We can't, but maybe some of you remember him mentioning. Have any of you actually heard him mention his regimen, like his actual training regimen on a day-to-day or week-to-week basis?
He does 100 sit-ups, 100 push-ups, and runs 10 kilometers every single day.
10 points if you get that reference. 10 points. I will go into the loyalty thing and get you 10 loyalty points that you can't use because I can't figure out how the bot works. You have to get that reference. That is an awesome reference, and someone's going to get that. But yeah, I can't for the life of me remember, like, even when we met up in, there we go, Artie Frosty got it, One Punch Man. There we go. I'm struggling because he kept mentioning that he should be training. He should be training. Oh, all this walking around is not helping him for his marathon. He should be training. I remember, statements like that every so often. It's like, he would start doing push-ups and he would start doing jumping jacks and stuff. I'm like, how does that help you with a marathon? Oh, you're just staying active is going to help you. Well, no shit, Sherlock. So is staying alive. But how is that going to help you become a better runner? And it's
Greg.
Yeah.
Greg, I'd like to challenge G-Man to a foot race.
Really?
If I ever meet him, I want to challenge him to a foot race. And not some sprinting crap. I mean, like, long distance. Walk 10K a day, but I got 2 bad knees.
You think you could beat him?
Huh? I'll outpace him.
All right.
Kilometers. Okay.
You know what? I'll be willing to put money on that. I got you. I'll put $50 on Headless Chicken right now. $50. I wanna see one of his Christian buddies match my bet. $50. Because I'll come up to Canada. It's part of what did he say? It's part of the U.S. According to G-Man, Canada's part of the U.S. So he'll just go across the border and just dust you.
It's the better half, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes. You're our hat.
Florida's the dick.
Florida is the dick, if not the armpit. So I love that this is available, and that there are people, because I mean there's fitness coaches in every fitness place, obviously, for people with health science degrees, and actually my CO in the Army, the commander of a cavalry unit, his actual degree is in fitness science, believe it or not. That's his degree. And I'm like, sir, how does that help you with being the commander of it with a big old dip in his mouth? It doesn't shit. I said, okay, thank you, sir. I was just curious.
Well, it's because like every officer is required to have a degree, and for the combat arms, unfortunately, there's no degree in ass whoopery, so they get by with things like whatever that was. Like you have a degree, specializing in like 17th century Russian literature, and that you're qualified now as an infantry officer.
Yeah, you it's funny you say that. One of the officers.
Wait, Sokka, is this why infantry officers always come across as pompous jackasses?
Well, you got
that's the kind of degree they go get. And
big fish,
quote crap.
Big fish, little pond. Okay.
All right.
Most of the guys in the infantry don't have any kind of education, but save for a few, you'd be surprised. But there's actually some of the smartest people I've ever met were infantry, and they decided they wanted to be infantry, but their GT scores were higher than most folks in Intel. Take that, prudent. So it's a fluke, but sometimes it happens. But so I would love, just hypothetically speaking, if G-Man were to actually somehow magically take this job that I doubt he'd show up on time for, I would love to watch him try to create somebody's training regimen. For one, I don't think that he can pronounce or spell regimen, but I would love to see him formulate and I'm going to put this in air quotes, science-based methodology on how to improve someone's physical fitness. So, what?
Problem there in that under G-Man's death.
You're cutting out, Simons. Can anybody hear him? Okay, I don't know what's going on with Simons.
Nope.
Oh, okay, hang on.
You back?
Hey, Drag.
What's up?
Why do I feel like I'd be better at that than G-Man and I weigh 400 pounds?
Because you're not retarded? It might have something to do with it. Simon, say something?
Testing?
It's still a little broken up. Are you using Walmart's internet again?
Okay, try now. 1, 2.
There we go. Way better. Way better.
Right. I said, according to G-Man's definition, training people for a race is, of course, racist.
Wait, training people for what is racist?
Race.
You know what? That's G-logic. That's what that is. You are not
right there. Running a marathon is a race, and therefore is racist.
Yes, that's G-logic, folks. If you did not know that, because if the word race appears any way, shape, form, in any context, doesn't matter, it is inherently racist. Remember that. Docking his drops. So it's the responsibilities I love. This is probably the best part of this impromptu job search. The responsibilities, which will vary with the products above, help runners of all levels identify and reach their goals. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I could have swore that G-Man's goal was to get to, and someone correct me if I'm wrong, 3 hours and 30 minutes. I think that was a goal he had stated at one point. So his last score, what I want to say, was 4 hours and about 44 minutes. I'm not sure if he's going to reach his intended goal. That's just me. Maybe in the next life he'll reach it, but not in this one. So I don't think he can identify his own level. Something something tells me that he doesn't even know how to understand the level of fitness that he's at in comparison to his peers, people in his age group and demographic. No, okay, his goal was 2 hours. Excuse me. It was way more ambitious. 2 hours and 30 minutes. Wow. That ain't gonna happen, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now. What is that? A 6 minute fucking pace? What is that? I have no idea. Like, I'm genuinely, like, that is fucking 4 hours. A full marathon? That's pretty fucking fast. But hey, miracles happen, right? But through his deity, which is also himself, anything can happen. So he is supposed to help people identify and reach their goals, which he can't reach his own damn goals, but whatever. So it is about 6 minute pace. Yeah, that's ridiculous. If he keeps the same pace for 25 years, he'll be almost average. Keep it up, G-Man. Develop and implement. Oh, here we go again. Scientifically based training programs for short-term and long-term. I'm trying to read this and not laugh. I'm sorry. Short-term and long-term goal achievement in group and individual programs. Now, I'm just gonna point this out. Just gonna highlight this for a second. He can't develop shit for his own damn self, but he's gonna use the science that he despises so much to develop a program for short-term and long-term goals that he himself can't reach for other people. I love it. I love this. This is awesome. Deliver training programs and communicate effectively online. He can't do that now. Deliver training programs. Deliver them. Boom, here you go. Here's a training program. Do it. And communicate. Let me highlight this. I love that so much. Look at this shit. Can y'all even see that? It's kind of, I don't know if that's showing up. There we go. Yeah, I can see a little bit better. I just noticed I can't. I'm not looking at it on the stream. But communicate effectively. That is such a key part in being able to be an effective teacher, because he often talks about people educating him, and a big part. Oh shit, yeah, that does not. I'm looking at the stream on my phone, and that's really blurry. I'm not sure how to. There we go. Okay, there we go. All right. Just so, yeah, I didn't realize y'all couldn't really see that. So, fixed. He has to communicate effectively. He thinks that he's actually allergic to effective communication. So,
there's something else too. Like, he's supposed to be teaching, like, training these people how to run and stuff, right? Like,
and whatnot.
Did you notice when you met him how fucked up his body mechanics are?
Yeah, I'm curious how he's like ambulatory and just generally how his body as a whole, like, unit works toward things. Like, that's the most like vague description that I can come up with. Like, how can he muster enough, I guess, mental faculties to move forward? Because it seems that, like, walking and talking are two different things. Well, walking and talking and paying attention, those three things can't happen at the same time. Because if he's walking and talking to J.D. Kane, he's going to run into a pole. If he's walking and paying attention to where he's going, he can't talk. Like, there's a kind of a cutoff as to how many tasks that he can actually perform at once. It's actually quite fucking funny if I have to, if I do say so myself.
You forgot one.
What was that? What did I forget?
Talking to you, he'll run into traffic.
Yes, he will run into traffic. Yes, eventually. He might do it on purpose. But it's hilarious to me that he thinks that on some level that this is just that this is his thing. This is what he's meant for, in part in life, is to be this great marathon runner. It's 2 hours and 30 minutes, and I said that sounds like 6-minute miles, but it's even better. 5 minutes and 50-second, like wait, 5 minute 50 seconds. It's even better if you didn't know that. But my God, I wish one day I'll run a 6-minute mile in my dreams, but holy fuck. So his other tasks are lead group run training sessions. I've had fun with that. You get out in formation, you got to run with everybody else, and you lead. You set the pace. That shit sucks. Because I'm fucking slow when it comes to running long distances. After that 3rd mile, I'm like, fuck this shit. No, we running slow. We jogging today.
I've just found a couple of other possible jobs if you found
You put
one
him
here
in
for a choir school.
say it again.
A choir school.
A choir school for like with singing, huh?
Possibly, yeah, because he likes preaching to the choir.
You think he can sing for the choir now?
Oh yeah, it's transferable skills.
Yeah,
the word choir in it again. You see, I'm going on G Logic here.
yeah.
Choir, right? And the other job I found for him is a preaching job. Yeah, this is quite a U.S. missionary. So again, he is in the U.S. preaching. Well, again, it's G Logic in the titles. Have a high degree of empathy. That's a possible. That's a high degree of self-awareness and emotional intelligence.
There's some issues with that. I don't think that he understands what those mean, or much less pronounce it. So might be an issue. Maybe they could teach him. Possibly. I don't know. But I'm just.
He also needs an ability to demonstrate professionally appropriate behavior in social settings.
I'm gonna go with no. No, definitely not.
Yes, not a U.S. missionary then. Okay.
No, we had to skip that. Oh man, there's actually one more responsibility that he would have in this job. I love this job, Fabio. Help to build a running event participation culture at Lifetime. That's one of those people who comes around. Hey, we got this group. We meet every Wednesday. We're really excited. There's no pressure. There's no pressure at all, kind of thing. It's like, well, that's cool, buddy. That's cool. That's no, I don't want to join your run cult, but thank you anyway. And so,
hello.
G-Man doesn't know the meaning of the word no. So I could see him getting in trouble for harassing people. Like,
can he spell it?
Can he spell no? You know what? I'll be willing to give him that. It's just 2 letters and there's 1 syllable. So I think he can manage that.
So are we talking about G-Man again? Well, of course we are. Just kidding. I was watching the stream before coming in here.
Yeah. So
let's see. Help runners of all levels identify and reach goals. Can you try to find him a job?
We're looking up marathon running jobs.
Is his job.
It is his job. You told us.
At least if G-Man was to say like he does like bike races, he could have at least got a job as a bike courier.
Well, I don't. Here's the thing, Pseudo. Bike couriers or any type of service like that requires them to be able to navigate. He can't navigate from his house to a job.
He could be like a night bike courier.
So he could use his nipples to navigate in the dark to help him find out where he needs to go.
Well, But it also requires them not to get hit by traffic, and we know he can't do that either.
I didn't get hit by a car like
Yeah.
3 fucking times.
I guess that does slow down the delivery time, doesn't it?
God damn. like we can go on a tangent just like speculate, but then it's like, oh wait, all these other facts about his fucked up life just kind of come into play here. So no, like he could be a rodeo clown.
I thought of something else too. It's to be a courier. One of the basic skills you need to read,
and we know he ain't doing that
because you got to read the address on the envelope to know where it goes.
So that one's out. Doc Savage says rodeo clown. Now you know what? We have some rodeos around here. Actually, down the street from me, there's rodeos hosted. I wonder if you know what? He's already a clown, so all he has to do is get in there and run in front of the animal and coax it and preach to it. He might save it for Jesus or something, but he could possibly be a pretty good. You know what? G-Man for rodeo clown. I believe in you, G-Man.
No,
I believe
Greg.
in you.
The last time G-Man tried coaxing and dealing with something that outweighed him by several hundred pounds, he became homeless.
Now, watch people attribute that joke to me, but that's okay. Thank you, Headless Chicken, for the laugh of the morning, folks.
That was Dragnod's joke. He came up with it, people.
Yeah,
you heard it here first. Well, G-Man, Dragnod said the joke.
I think G-Man would make a great. So what other jobs do you guys think that G-Man would be excellent for? I think rodeo clown's a pretty good one. You don't really need to read. He can run to his heart's content and avoid that animal from goring him, and he can preach to the crowd while he's not being chased by an animal that wants to kill him or fuck him or both.
I mean, doesn't he? Doesn't a rodeo clown need to read the contract though? Or
Yeah.
does he just sign it willy-nilly and then?
Well, something tells me that he's not too keen on contracts, so they pay him underneath the table.
But also, you know what rodeo clowns love hiding in?
Clown cars.
Yeah, but wait a minute.
Barrels.
No, Vince. No, wait. Those barrels are multicolored. They're not just blue.
Yes, rodeo clowns do hide in barrels from time to time when they need to escape from being gored. So he could have his very own blue barrel. He could use top left Susie.
Left Susie. Yeah.
He could have top left Susie. The blue barrel.
Why is it that the barrels have more personality than he does? Like, just
The barrels aren't malicious.
it's like the barrels have become anthropomorphized or something. I'm surprised somebody hasn't drawn a picture of this. Getting nuts.
So
You realize you just now talked somebody into Rule 34ing G-Man in a barrel, right?
Oh,
I'm not going to say that an image like that already exists in a way, but if more images exist and they're sent to me, they may or may not appear, probably will appear on a stream somewhere, somewhere in this region, maybe down here below the screen share. So I'm
Heard it, internet. Now get to work.
Yeah. Get to work.
How about Safe Installer?
Safe installer. That seems like a pretty prestigious job.
Simon, where would he install safes? Like behind the dumpster in the alleyway?
he'd steal the safe before he'd install it. So I don't think that's gonna work.
No, no. Hold on, Midnight. You're discounting him, okay? Don't be mean. Now, the services that he provides are installation and crack testing. He can make sure that no one's going to steal it or crack into it because he's going to do it while he's there, right? He's going to make sure that safe is safe.
Is he watching?
Of course he's watching.
Has he commented?
No, not yet, because he's still fuming. That's okay. He could be as mad as he wants to be because this shit's
Just
funny.
come into the Discord. I mean, we'll be quiet. I don't know. You should just come in here.
He has an open invite. Captain Crunch came in last night and talked to us. Captain Crunch is actually a pretty good guy. I left because I had other stuff to do, but I spoke to Captain.
Said in the chat, I like him because I mean, it's like, oh, he actually came in. I mean, I'm we probably did have. Wait, is he the only G-Man fan we had in here
We
aside
had
from Crew?
we had
We had
our
our
Brister
Brister,
for a little while, but Sokka scared him away, and Headless.
Yeah. I don't know. I the only jokes that I made last night were at the expense of the atheist community, so I think that helped.
Yeah, no, he's a pretty reasonable guy. Captain Crunch is pretty reasonable. He didn't know about G-Man's little because what? So Captain Crunch basically told us that he deals with Black Hebrew Israelites in his local area. So he started looking up to see who these guys were, and so of course he eventually found his way to G-Man's channel. He's like, oh, okay, cool. This is a Christian brother, and he's talking, the good talk and trying to, disabuse these guys of their, narrative, yada yada yada.
Little did he know?
Yeah. So,
Little did he know at the time.
it gets better. It gets better. So we asked him, do you think that what he's doing is effective? As in, do you know of any Black Hebrew Israelite from those videos or any on his channel that have stopped and stopped being a Black Hebrew Israelite? He's like, no, to my knowledge, no. I said, okay. So I said, what if I told you that when he gets upset with Christians, he actually gives the Black Hebrew Israelites ammunition against Christians? And he was like, what? And so I was like, oh, so you don't know. So yeah, so we directed him to, of course, the two instances where he got mad at Shield Squad and went on Walk the Line Radio and just shat all over his Christian brothers, because that's what a good Christian does for people that he supposedly hates and despises so much. And when his incident with Shani happened, he gave her information over to the Black Hebrew Israelites yet again, because, mind you, their narrative is that white Christians in particular manipulate Black people and yada 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 yada. So of course this
human being, holy shit.
Well, Shani, of course, dropping M-bombs doesn't help. So that's more fuel to the fire, because she's saying she's Shani for Christ, and then she's doing this stuff. I actually got directed to a video from the Torah Night, one of the leaders of the Torah Knights, actually referencing Shani directly, and then talking about Brother G-Man and how Brother G-Man directed them to Shani. So it's like, wow. So yet again, he gets mad at Christians and then gives these guys ammunition to kind of help further their goals, just to spite Christians. Now, that's
Did he denounce
odd.
G-Man at the end? Did he to fuck this guy, or is he still a fan? I don't know.
No, he's
I wasn't here. I left.
He's still fine with G-Man, at least for the moment. He's going to do his own investigation, which is fine. He's skeptical. That's cool.
Yeah, obviously. That's good.
But
That's good.
Just for a quick clarification, it's Cross the Line Radio, not Walk the Line Radio.
Cross the Line. Okay, thank you. I kept saying Walk the Line. Cross the Line Radio. So it's interesting that when you come across people who are fans of him, and then you give them information like, here, go and search. If this is who you think this person is, then yeah, you know what? You might want to know the whole story before you start giving money to this guy. Until you start, like you're saying how much of a great guy, because remember that somebody else actually said that. I think it might have been Rev at the time, might have been somebody else, but they were mentioning what good G-Man's doing, trying to help repel the Black Hebrew Israelites. But it's like, well, hold on for a second. If that's his goal, why is he then turning on Christians every time he gets mad and then giving these guys ammunition? That's not cool. So he gets upset.
Not a true Christian.
Yeah, I don't think G-Man's a true Christian. I don't think he's a true anything, honestly. My honest belief, and this is just my personal opinion, take it with a grain of salt. G-Man isn't loyal to anybody but himself. When you hear him talk about things happening to him, he equates himself to Jesus every single time. Like, just sit back and listen to him talk about people like criticizing him for doing something fucking terrible. He will compare himself to Jesus, saying, oh, they persecuted Jesus too. And it's like, what? I'm sorry. If we're going to follow a narrative, I don't think you're being even figuratively nailed to a cross. Just stop it. Just stop it, buddy. But evidently, I'm deceiving people. He can't name what the deceptions are. He can't actually point out in any video where they're at. He can just repeat it. And that's the funny thing, too. I asked Captain Crunch, I said, have you heard him mention several times that I'm lying and deceiving people? He said, yeah, I've heard it a few times. Can you name any of the deceptions or the lies that I've supposedly told? No. Do you remember him ever mentioning, like, specifically any lie? No. I said, don't you think that's interesting if you keep saying that someone's lying, but he won't actually tell you what the lies are? And he said, yeah, you got a point. There we go, folks.
Yep.
There we go. So, G-Man, I know you're watching. I know your butt buddies are watching too. If y'all want to say that, at least have some evidence. At least try to sort of come up with something, not bullshit gaslighting where you're trying to presume that people are going to interpret things a different way just because your autism is acting up. That's not how it works. Most of us haven't.
That's kind of that's kind of an insult to autistic people.
It is an insult.
Like-
That is right. You are actually right about that, Midnight. There are plenty of autistic people who far outweigh this guy in mental capacity. Way, way, way out. And that's not even including some
Yeah,
marks.
I mean, Hugh's an awesome guy.
That's right, Pew. I apologize, Pew. Your autism should not have ever been brought up in this conversation. You are special, sir. Very special.
Okay, now you're just being a dick with that.
Kind of the point.
So, anyway, G-Man, I wish the best for you, and I wish the best for folks like you that have no like prospects in life and just live on the internet. So, I love you, man.
Are you saying that with a straight face? Because I just see.
I'm trying my best. You give me some credit. I don't wish him harm. I just know that his stupidity is going to land him in jail one day, hopefully. But you know what? Not jail. A padded white room. That's my dream because he mentioned his dream is for me to become a Christian because I would be a powerful like tier 6 mage or some shit like that. I don't know. But like he imagines me becoming a Christian, and I heard Veckel and others say stuff like that too. Well, I thank you for the opportunity. Because yes, I can draw on a crowd and in real life too. It's not very hard for me, but I use my powers for good. Sorry. And the second I become a Christian, I'd become a fucking like televangelist and just like bilk people for billions because that shit's easy. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not. That's not my goal.
If you have the charisma for it.
Yeah. Oh no, trust me, I got the charisma for it. I've actually played around with that before. Yeah, that's nothing I don't lack. But
send you some money, Drag, please. Oh, come on, please.
I will send you the tears of baby Jesus for the short, installments of $19.99 over the course of the rest of your life. So
Jesus Christ, I fucking hate evangelists or TV evangelist, whatever the fuck.
I have a specific hate for them because they've been selling my poor grandmother prayer blankets for like $20. Yeah, they got my grandmother. Yeah, she's old and senile.
So it's personal for you, yeah.
Yeah, it's like I hate people like that. You're grifting folks, and so I love how people now are using the word that I introduced, grifting, and the reason I say G-Man may be a grifter is for a bit different reasons. The house thing is just, that's G-Man behavior. When you give him money, he's going to do what he wants with it. Whether you tell him, hey, I'm giving you money to give it to the kids with Big Ass Head Foundation, and he's going to spend it on whatever the hell he wants to. You gave him money. So he sees no problem with that at all whatsoever.
Jesus is so proud of him.
But
I'm being sarcastic, obviously.
This is how his mind works. If I tell you to do a job and you're getting paid for it, you can just do whatever the hell you want because you're G-Man. That's what you do. That is, you live for yourself and nobody else. You can claim you're for Jesus, but in the meantime, you're throwing Christians under the bus when you feel like it, because you're in the flesh. I was in the flesh. No, you're a petty ass little troll. That's what it is. There's nothing Christian about you at all. I don't think you actually have a Christian bone in your body. But you can keep telling yourself that. You can keep telling yourself all day long. But I have all the, because what does he say? Oh, the internet never forgets. You damn right. Every time I encounter a Christian who says that you're doing something good, we got a whole archive of you working against the faith. Just so you know, G-Man. It is literally being archived. Every time you mess up, we show that to people. So if you're wondering...
You see, Drag, he used to have a Christian bone in his body, but God removed it to make Ken Jones.
There you go. You removed a lot more than that. Sucked all the fat out of G-Man for the next 10 years and put it into Ken. But it's like, I love it. Every time he thinks that because we talk to you folks, it's like, hey, do you legitimately think that what he's doing is efficacious? You think that he's really bringing people to Christ? Do you have any, and I love it. I implore some of you to, anytime you encounter people who say that G-Man's doing good, he's a great guy, he's acting for the Lord, yada yada yada, just ask him a very simple question. Okay, cool. I will buy your statement. Can you show me some evidence that he's brought people to Christ? Can you show me an atheist that he's deconverted? Can you show me a black Hebrew Israelite he's brought back to Christ? Can you show me anything like that? No, because he has no evidence of that. He claims that people have been brought to Christ. He will never show you evidence of it. He will show you evidence of people who already believed it and who have adopted some of his beliefs, but that's not bringing people to Christ. I'm talking about people who are the furthest away from godliness that you can imagine. The most godless heathen you can find. If he converted me, he would have evidence. If he converted a sock account, if somebody like that, and he can't. I even went and retrieved a black Hebrew Israelite that had never seen G-Man, had never heard of G-Man before. And I say, here are his black Hebrew Israelite debunking videos. We brought him on the show. We said, hey, we want you to do some G research. I want you to give your honest opinion. The black Hebrew Israelite was not convinced. He said, well, he's just yelling at him. He's not saying anything. He's not debunking anything. And it's true. If you actually listen to what he's saying, because I actually watched some of those videos, he can't engage with them because he doesn't know how to communicate. His whole stick is being able to talk over people and misrepresent people. Now, if you're trying to disabuse somebody of some of these views, which I can identify at least 3 different things that black Hebrew Israelites all have in common when it comes to their interpretation of the Bible. Their epistemology is very, let's say, self-centered. We'll leave it right there. But G-Man can't identify things like that. He can't meticulously go over the mindsets of these guys because in his mind, how he thinks is how everyone else thinks. But he's half fucking insane as is. So that's kind of the problem. He doesn't know his own limitations. He won't accept his own limitations and he won't work to rectify them. So if you don't acknowledge the problem, then you're going to be, staying in squalor like he is. That is why he is a shit human being. Not for his maliciousness, just specifically for his inability to do anything effective. That's why you see a bunch of ineffective and bullshit ass people that surround him. That's why I'm not going to be convinced by people who ain't shit. If you ain't shit, don't say shit to me. That's me. If you want to try and convince me of something, talk the talk, but also walk the walk. Do that. Because I don't know anybody on here who is going to say that, you know what, I want to trade places with G-Man. There's literally nobody that says that. True won't even say that. And True has more of a loving family than G-Man. Have you seen them dogs? So it's like, come on. Come on.
I think you are forgetting just one example, which is, of course, the cat.
The cat. He gave Betty away.
Oh, right. Hashtag free Betty.
He gave Betty away. Poor Betty. Well, she got freed. Let's say Betty got freed. Yep. If y'all didn't know, when he moved into the house with no contract, which would under no uncertain terms, he had to give Betty away because he couldn't bring Betty with him for whatever reason. I'm not sure what's hard about putting a cat in a cage and bringing her to a house, but for whatever reason he couldn't do it.
Uber driver would not let him.
He couldn't even keep a slave.
So, I mean, he could have just rented a U-Haul. Oh, wait, he doesn't have a driver's license, so yeah, god damn it. Kabuki Bob says, recognize he's still surviving on roadkill and pizza crust and licking leaves for water. You know what? Your guess is as good as mine.
Is that something he actually did, or is that just a running joke?
It's just a joke. His actual diet is just trash. But because he was talking about nutrition in one video, and then he was like eating what was it, a pizza cup? No, it was bread pudding. It was bread pudding. He's talking about all the carbs he's getting from that. And I'm like, probably not the best source of carbs out there, but if that's what you want to believe, yeah, you're definitely going to reach your goal there. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
I've got a couple more jobs here for him potentially.
What are those?
But Cooper, maybe?
Say again? Simons, you're breaking up real bad, man.
Ah, fuck. It's because I'm taking so long. Hang on a minute. One moment.
All this Title 11 nonsense fucking up the UK internet.
I would
Okay, how
also
about
like
that?
to give
Is that
Ronnie
okay?
another point
I mean, Article 11.
in the fact that
Article 11.
Ronnie joined the Discord.
Yeah, Ronnie did join the Discord, but his technical skills with computers aren't up to snuff. So maybe when he figures out what's going on with his stuff, he can join us for some conversation like Captain Crunch did. Because I look forward to having him back and just chatting with him.
Yeah.
But
Is he
Simons,
still on the server or did he leave? Like,
No, he's still on the server.
Simons, try it again. Simons? Looks like we lost Simons. Yeah, we lost him. All right. You back, Simons?
Maybe.
All right, what were those jobs?
Cooper,
A Koopa?
he who makes barrels.
Like an actual barrel maker.
A cooper is a person who makes barrels for a living.
Is that what that's called? I learned something new today.
But G-Man stacks barrels. So then what would that be called?
Well, once you make them, you would have to stack them, though, right?
Yeah, but that's
Got to be part of the job.
G-Man
The
doesn't
other
make
thing,
them;
of
he
course,
only
maybe-
stacks them.
I could open a new tab to look up the definition of Cooper. X videos is still there. So, Donkey Kong LARPer. Yeah, Donkey Kong LARPer. That's one, you know. Because, well, I guess he would technically have to unstack the barrels to throw them down all the platforms while he, you know, has a white woman captive. Because I think, you know what? I think is that one of the fringe benefits as being a Donkey Kong LARPer? Have we're gonna need some volunteers we need a big-breasted white woman with a nice flowing dress, and so we definitely need someone short and possibly Italian to jump on the platforms as G-Man throws this is so fucked up.
I'm thinking Kathleen.
Kathleen, I think, you know what? I'm pretty sure we could coax her into doing that. You know what? I want to talk to Kathleen. So Kathleen, you're going to play the role as Princess Peach and or whoever it's for Princess Peach. So Princess Peach, and we're going to get the best dress we can find.
Drag, if we're talking about Donkey Kong, it's actually just Lady.
That's all she is?
Paulina, though?
As Princess Peach at that point.
She's prototype Princess Peach. Lady.
I guess she was given the name Paulina later, but I guess I don't know. I'm just saying.
This is the
I think
amazing
her name was
fact
Paulina.
you can learn from Anita Sarkeesian, by the way.
Why did you have to bring her up?
That was money well spent.
G-Man, the dog park janitor. Yeah, he could probably do that. He's good at picking up shit, so he could probably do that. Skunk rescuer and cat sexer. Yeah, those are some pretty.
You
pretty
can't
good
identify dogs and non-dogs. How is he going to sex a cat?
Look, if his male cat is male, that's all he needs to know. That's it. That is it.
His cat's name was Betty and having kittens.
Well, a part of me is still like, you got to be a dumb motherfucker. I'm sorry. I'm like, I rue the day. Like, I can't. I just can't. For whatever reason, when I was looking through the video, and I came across, like, because he'll have shit up there, and I'm like, what is he typing in here? I was like, no, that's not, no. Like, you can't see two big ass testicles or vagina. Like, has he never seen his mom walking out of the shower naked? Like, I don't know. I just, I there is no level that he can't go under. Like there is no basement to his stupidity. There is none. But there isn't it, because I'm actually going to end this soon. I found training course for mouth breathing. No, he does that naturally. I am almost amazed at how stupid G-Man is. I know that's saying a lot and nothing at the same time. It is simply fascinating because not many people here, I think very few of us, have actually experienced somebody this dumb. But he thinks that people are just saying that. No, I've met a lot of people from different walks of life, from different countries. But I have never in my entire life have met anyone as dumb as G-Man. Literally never met anyone as dumb as him. The strength to that is that he is too dumb to realize just how dumb he is. And I think that is such a relief, because if you are aware, if you are truly aware of your deficiencies, that's crippling. Because then you start comparing yourself to other people. It's, I can't compete. But if you are too dumb to realize that you are in no way, shape, or form able to give anybody advice on any goddamn thing, then like he wouldn't have a purpose in life. I think that just for his basic survival, I think this is a defense mechanism. Once you've reached this basement of stupidity, once you are at this bottom tier, the lowest that you could possibly go, the sense of self-preservation simply exists so that you can deny the reality of it. Because if you were to acknowledge it, it would break you. Because what can he actually do in real life other than run his goddamn mouth? He can barely adult. I know a lot of us say that. A lot of us say I'm barely adulting. He is codependent. He cannot survive without the help of other people. The only way that he has gotten as far as he has is because people have felt sorry for him and have made concessions time and time again because they have realized that he is dumb. He's convinced himself that he's outsmarting people. Now, don't get me wrong. He is clever.
Well, yeah, I was just gonna say that in a way he is outsmarting them by. Well, I mean, he is inept. He is inept. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. Just go. Continue.
No. He's outdumbing them.
He has found a way to work within his paradigm. He has found ways. Some of those ways involves the little things that he does that he doesn't really realize that it's unacceptable, such as accepting money from people to do certain things, and then him taking said money and doing whatever he wants with it. He doesn't realize that's not a part of kind of social decorum. That's not acceptable by the vast majority of people, because
that is definitely a faux pas.
Yes, it is a social faux pas. He doesn't understand the concept, and when I know that's people think I'm being hyperbolic. He literally doesn't understand that, because listen to him. Listen to him very carefully when he explains the situation with Shani and about how she's making something that, and I'm paraphrasing, something that's trivial in his mind, and she's making a big deal out of it. Shani has a right to be mad. Now he's going to confuse that for me agreeing with Shani and Shani go fuck herself, but she had a right to be upset because she gave you money for something very specific. If you weren't intending on spending that money for what she gave it to you for, then you should have called her up and say, hey, I would like to pay this bill that has nothing to do with the thing that you gave me money for. Is that cool with you? That's what a regular person would have done, but not G-Man. Not G-Man. Could we do a crowdfund to learn how to drive a car? He would use the money to go buy himself some more accents so he wouldn't have to take baths. No. I don't think anybody should give G-Man money. But that's I'm not telling you not to give G-Man money. But I am not telling you
Wait,
don't give
are you
G-Man money.
saying that if we were to give G-Man money so he can buy more Axe body spray so he doesn't have to take a shower, he will thus then take that money and put it towards learning how to drive a car?
Yeah, you have to somehow find like what the G Logic output is. So if you have something that's reasonable, you have to put in an input of some type, and then predict what the outcome is from the G Logic processor. So if we have to work it backwards, we know what we want the output to be, so we have to find out what that corresponding input is. It's weird.
Could we get like Xavier to write this algorithm?
Yeah, we could. It might involve food, but you know what? We could probably get it to work. Hasn't he failed to avoid being hit by a car 4 times? Yeah. That his whole navigation with motor vehicles thing seems to not work.
Greg, it's the shiny chrome. He's attracted to it.
Oh yeah, it's like a large
The
version
car
of dangly
drives by,
keys.
He sees the chrome and he just goes for it like a moth to a flame, right?
Yeah, he's attracted to metal objects that are really shiny, like Ken's nuts. So anyway, on that note, folks, thanks for watching. I'm going to head off and do things that are constructive. That's my hour and 20 minutes. So y'all have good ass